So for an hour, or for a couple of hours, I played Crimson Desert. It was fun. Um, I can see like they pushed out a patch before I got to play it where they fixed some things. Right.
Yeah.
I was reading through those patch notes. They apparently like added a stash and a few other things. I don't know if they've done anything with the control scheme for the most part. But I can understand the frustration because it's just so weird. It's like, all right, let's take my. I got an Xbox controller here. Okay, this is what I used to play.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Basically like a Switch controller, but Xbox.
yeah. So your jump button is on your X button, I think, right?
I thought it was on your A.
Mm, is it? I think
Well,
it's the X button.
like
Anyway,
maybe. I've heard
whichever button it is, that's also the same button to practically interact with everything.
yeah, which is stupid. I mean,
And in order to interact, you have to press it and hold it, right?
mm,
I
also very
forgot how
true.
to actually shield. I don't remember how to use my shield anymore. Um, but so there's many times I go to interact with somebody and instead I bunny hop
Yeah,
because it's
I've
on the
seen that.
same thing. And
I've heard the way that to kind of remedy that is to what is it? Target somebody or focus on
yeah,
somebody and then do it, which it
I
just
mean,
like extra steps and I'm like, if you just had not mapped it onto that it'd be
if didn't put them together.
better,
Um,
just
but yeah,
saying.
I mean that does make it much easier, and the targeting button's nice. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, good.
Um, the fact that it has that little target and it's mapped to left bumper, right?
Yes.
So if you press and hold left bumper, you get that little thing, and then you can do like precision jumping,
Yeah, I saw
which is
that
nice
and I
with
was
it.
like, that's interesting. Hey,
Oh,
R2 Road
R2 Pro
TV.
TV. Oi.
Okay,
Anyway,
yeah, I'm sure that like, I'm probably just pronouncing that in the most retarded way ever, but oh, welcome in. Um, yeah, the only thing that I heard about the target thing, though, was that to parry, you have to, like, stop targeting, which is weird. Have you tried
wait,
that?
is that the button my shield is mapped to? That might be the button my shield's mapped to.
So, you're playing on a controller as opposed to on, yeah, as opposed to on a mouse and keyboard, so
Yeah.
it's different, like, basically, you have to, like, basically just, type out the Magna Carta every time you wanna do, like, 12 actions,
Oh,
but
see,
I think they're trying to streamline that, but it feels like they streamlined the controller ones just in an odd way, like, with the
yeah.
interact and jump, and I'm like, "That no, just that that's
That's a
gonna go bad."
bad thing to do.
Mhm.
But your left trigger is your bow. You automatically pull it out, and I was holding it, and
Yeah,
you missed it because I didn't get to show it like I was planning to.
I
I
did
couldn't
miss it,
figure
I'm
out how
very
to
upset
fire
about it
my
still.
arrow.
Mhm.
So I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, how do I fire this? So I'm hitting the R trigger, I'm hitting the R bumper. I'm like, he's not letting loose the arrow. What do I do? It's like I can't figure out how to make him fire the damn arrow. And then I release the trigger and it automatically fires. So
Yeah.
to aim and fire is on the exact same button by just releasing it, which means I automatically accidentally
Yeah.
fire my bow and arrow constantly.
Yeah.
Uh
I
I
was
guess
watching
mainly because I'm using L or my left trigger to want to use what it does for L bumper
mhm.
instead, and it just isn't functioning in my brain. So I'm constantly shooting an arrow every so often, and they're finite too. So it's
Yeah.
you can't be wasting ammo like that.
Mhm.
So that's a bit of an issue there.
Yeah, and that
But
there's no way to cancel an arrow draw.
there is.
There is? How?
Yeah, you have to be right next to a wall and look at it, and he won't shoot it.
Oh,
I mean, it's very situational, but if you're next to a
we're
wall,
hoping for something situational. We got it.
so I did find out that if I draw it next to a wall, and then I look at the wall, he won't actually shoot it because he can't draw it back, or pretty
That's
much anything
hilarious.
that keeps him from drawing it back properly. Uh, But yeah, so there's that. I still can't believe that people got filtered from that first puzzle.
I'm
Like, I got to it and I was like, oh, this is the puzzle. This is the one. This is the one that
gonna rage
filters
quit.
everyone. I can't wait to figure out how hard this thing is. This is going to be great because I saw it pop into my feed for the past few days and I've been ignoring it because I'm like, I don't want any help. I don't want to see it. I just know it exists. Okay. And then I get to doing it, and up in the upper left side, it tells me to, remove the thing keeping me from going below, like remove the floor or whatever.
Mhm,
And I'm like, okay. And then there's an X on the map, so you know where you're going. And you stand on the invisible floor, and you're like, oh, okay, so this is what I need to remove so I can get under it, right? And then you
mhm.
look around, okay? And it has just introduced to you this grappling claw. Okay, the game has just given you a grappling claw, which is really freaking sweet, by the way. Um, so the claw is mapped to pushing in the left analog stick, by the way.
Oh, L3.
And I also noticed that a lot of other things they're situational sometimes. Like there's another force power that he gets that allows him to move stuff, but the things for him to do it only pops up if he's near an object that can be lifted.
Yeah.
Uh, but anyway, so I'm standing there and I'm looking, and I've got two or like I guess like two statue looking things, right? And light
Mhm,
shining on them, but one of them is being blocked by this thingy. Okay,
mhm.
well, there's a copy of that thingy just floating in the air right above you,
Yeah.
and it's just like, okay, so if I grab that, can I move it? So I grab it, and then I find out I can manipulate it like I'm putting something together in Breath of the Wild, right?
Yeah.
And then I just move it over there to the statue thing, and then boom, you can go underneath. And I'm like, well, that was easy.
Yeah.
Where's the next hard? This is supposed to be hard. What's going on, guys? You get down there, and there's a dude showing you to do a
Yeah.
thing with a thing that is also floating down there, by the way. Right?
Yeah.
And you're just sort of looking at I'm looking at him and I look at the thing, it's like, so I need to put that there, right? And then
Yeah.
I do,
And then do what
and
the
nothing
ghost did.
and nothing happens, and I get close to the ghost to see if that will do anything, and it's like hold LB to learn or whatever, because apparently you can learn moves by watching
Mhm,
them, right? And he shows you how to do this force palm ability,
mhm.
and you learn it from him, and then you do it again. Guess what? It happens. It opens the next part of the thing, and you're like, oh, okay, let's climb up there real quick. I guess I gotta force palm this too, right? Toosh. Hit that, you fly backwards and off and down, which looked really cool. And that
Mhm.
was it. The puzzle was over with. It was like, this filtered people.
I hesitate to call that even a puzzle, you
That,
know? Like,
that was a
that was just
beginner Breath
those
of
were
the Wild
activities.
puzzle. It really
Those were
was.
learning and observing activities, but to be fair, this is basically saying, "Look, this is where you will know whether or not you need to refund this game," you know? And
This
to be fair,
this
that's
separated
good of
true
them.
gamers from the yellow brick
And the
road
yellow
crowd.
painters?
Yeah,
Yes.
the yellow paint crowd separated them hardcore.
Yeah. That was a very I didn't expect the filter to be that. I mean, I'd seen that people were complaining about it, and I was like, "Oh, what could it possibly be?" And then I saw it, I was like, "Really? I mean, really? Like, what were we expecting this game to be, guys? Like,
Yeah. And then it wasn't that bad, you get to talk to people. The story, I'm not really sure what the hell's going on with the story.
it's
Um,
it's a light it's a very light story. Well,
like you're the Gray Mains. We
yeah.
got that. Your entire team gets slaughtered by the Blackbeards or the Black
Does it?
Bears. Sorry. So everybody gets slaughtered, or people escaped. Right? That it's been alluded. Some of them
Your your
escaped.
your group has
You
been annihilated, yes.
you got annihilated. I
You
mean, you
did.
just watched your throat get slit, and all life drains from your body as you're
Dude,
thrown
when
into
you
a river.
okay, wait, let me say it. When you when I was the first time I watched it, and then he goes up to him, and I'm like, "Oh, this isn't gonna go bad. How are you gonna survive? Are you just gonna jump off the cliff?" And then he grabs him, and then he stabs him like 3 or 4 times. I was like, "Oh my god."
Yeah, like, that happened, I was just looking at it, I was like, "Yep, well, we're dead now.
And I was
How
like,
did it
"Okay."
keep going?"
Well, I was still holding out hope. I was like, "Magic could save this," and then he slits his throat, and I'm like, "Oh, well, no."
Yeah, I was just like, "Well, it was just a few stabs, it was no
It's a
biggie."
flesh wound.
And then he just throat right with the throat, and the guy goes lifeless, and I'm like, "Yeah, that one's we're not coming back from that one, are we?" And then the next thing you know it, we've come back from that one because it goes through this whole tutorial thing of teaching me how to run, jump, and, reflect light off
Mhm.
my, sword and stuff. And then the next thing I know, I'm with some guy who's like, "I fished you out of the river. You need to take it easy," kind of deal. I'm like, Am I not questioning why I'm alive right now?" like,
But the thing is, who do you ask?
I don't know, but at least something to be like, why am I still alive? I
But
was
that's the
clearly
thing.
dead.
Okay, but the thing is that the interesting thing about this game, and that's kind of one of the things that I was sitting there thinking, I was like, "You know what? I bet this is why a lot of journalists don't like it and don't like the main protagonist or don't like it." He's a stoic sort of like, "Well, that happened" kinda dude, you know? He's like,
Yeah, he
"Alright."
is.
You just shrug it off. It's like, "I've had worse." Like
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure I've got an idea of what happened now. It's just one of those things you kind of like learn through context clues kind of deal.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, so the magic beings who are floating about right now, seeing how good I am of a person,
Mhm.
they saved my ass, didn't they?
Most
Like
likely, yeah.
pulled me straight out and was like, "You're not done yet." And now they're testing me to see if I'm actually gonna, you know, go above and beyond here to do
Be
what
an
they.
honorable sort of man, yeah. And it's pretty cool. I like it, and the thing is that, they're like, "There's not a lot of story," it's not like what is it game? Cyberpunk 2077. I'm like, that's a completely different thing, though. Like, anyone who's
It's a
play if you
different genre.
yeah, and the thing is that if you played Breath of the Wild, you'd be like, "Oh, it it's the same kinda thing." I mean, even though there are different elements and you're learning what happened to your friends along the way and, that kinda thing, you have these emotional beats in it. The basic story, the plot is Zelda in trouble, you failed to protect her, go
Yeah,
do it right this time. Like, get the
yeah,
band back
um,
together or what remains of them, and then go do it right, like, that's it, you're good. Zelda in trouble, go save Zelda, it's not like there's, like, subterfuge and all this stuff like a Dragon's Age kind of thing where you have all of these factions and all this kinda nonsense going on. It's a much more bare bones kinda game. You're a decent dude, the world is moderately complicated, but not
oh
overly
my
complicated.
gosh, the world.
Okay, now
Got a
the
chance to see, like, from a high vantage point.
yeah.
Holy snap. So this game, Crimson Desert, is what it looks like to properly optimize a fucking game, and every single AAA company needs to take note. Bethesda, take fucking note before you release Skyrim 6. You better take fucking note. Because these fuckers here, they use they made their own engine, so they're not using Unreal or anything. They optimized the fuck out of it. I thought Denuvo was gonna have an issue because it usually does. They optimized for Denuvo to be doing its thing. I can't even tell the damn thing is really there outside of the boot up. Takes a hot second because it's got to deal with that. But aside from that, you know, you could see for miles just out there. I'm looking at the top of one of these things. I'm looking out and I'm like, that looks like a clay biome because it's kind of that color. And I'm just like, that's like clay or desert out there in the middle of nowhere somewhere. And that's so far away. And then you dive off and go down and realize how small you are compared to the rest of the world you just looked out across, and you're like, holy fuck.
Yeah, I just it's such a huge game, and it feels alive, I've played some open world games. I don't I the thing is that my thing is that I play games to completion, so I don't play a lot of games, I just play them to death, and, while dying repeatedly in the games, so there's a lot of death on both sides. Um, but all the open world games most of the open world games that I play feel very lonely, You're kind of running around and it's you and maybe the birds or something like that, and you can shoot a deer or something. but it's kind of like you're always stumbling into something new, some civilization, some group of randos. And the thing is that they don't even have quests all the time, or they don't even necessarily have anything to say to you. You could talk to them and they'll be like, "What's up?" And then they'll just keep going about their merry way. I'm like, "Oh, like real people." Like they're not real people, obviously, but still it's kind of like it's like this it feels like it has its own business and every character kind of has their own thing that they're about and they want to do, which is interesting.
Oh, I didn't put that in the same thing.
But I mean, look, I still don't know if this game is quote unquote for me. If it was, it would be something that it would be like what I call a downstairs game, which is basically you turn it on and you just kind of like just know streaming already. We are streaming already, dude. Did you send him a link, my guy?
No, listen.
Bro,
You PM'd
bro.
me, but you didn't do
Nick,
it in the group chat.
well,
So
not we. Zio is sorry.
when
He
I threw it in there, I thought it was the group chat.
it was not.
Anyway, I sent it to the group chat now. So if you want to pop in, you can. Uh,
Yeah. Sorry, that dude.
no, but yeah, a lot of games struggle between too much and too
Yeah.
little, right? A lot of the times it's like, you can go play Breath of the Wild. It's a great game. It's nice. You can look across the field and see nothing for, all intensive purposes for the most part sometimes.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, if you're playing something like Pokemon Scarlet, you can't take two steps without tripping over a Pokemon that you really don't want to trip over 15 times in a
Yeah.
row. You know.
Well, see that, and the
Meanwhile, this
thing with
game
that is
is
that that's
cluttered,
well
but
that's
it's
Zio,
lived in
Zio,
too.
there he
Zio,
is.
Yes,
Zio.
yes,
You
yes.
boomer.
Listen.
You good for
What
nothing
happened?
boomer. You forgot about me. You
What
abandoned
happened?
me. You forsake me.
What happened, Thomas? Because Meg messaged me and said, "Yo, are we
you're you're
streaming
you're
tonight?"
you're
And I
you're an
said,
off.
"Yes, I just have short legs tonight because I'm running behind." And
You're
then I
terrible.
messaged the link back to her. I didn't realize it wasn't in the group chat.
you're a dude. You're a terrible wife. You forgot.
Listen. I already streamed an entire game and forgot to actually put the game out there for people to see. A screen to
Yeah,
screen.
it was basically the like, share, subscribe, share, and follow, and a black screen the entire time. And the
Yep.
thing is that I clicked on it and I was like, huh. And then I kind of like kept refreshing along the way. I was like, does it get better? Because I saw that he said in the thing, oh, I had to restart OBS, and I was like, well, do it. Like
I
well,
thought I had. That was the thing. I done did it and then
so
forgot to hit the
funny.
screen button. It was horrible.
too bad I don't. Too bad we can't make any sound noises or anything. Otherwise, it would have went like wah wah wah.
Yeah.
I get myself a digital soundboard.
Well, don't worry. I had a really sick week, but other than that, now I'm 100%. So,
Not too
what's been
bad.
going on with Crimson? I heard they actually been doing a lot of things now.
He was telling us about his experience in Crimson Desert. We
Yeah,
would have seen
it
it,
was
but
fun.
he boomered all over that.
Listen, I used my grappling hook on a tree. Didn't realize I could do that. Then I found out that I
Ooh.
could pull the tree down and slingshot myself forward. It was freaking fantastic. I was like,
Oh
this
wow,
is
that's
great.
cool. That is
And
so
now I
cool.
can't figure out how to do it again, but I did it once,
Well, at least,
which means I
hey,
know it's possible.
It should
yeah,
probably my assumption would be thinking of the physics of how that would work in real life would be it would probably have to be a tree that's reasonably tall and
Oh
also
yeah.
is thin enough to be
Well, see,
bendy.
there's a lot of thin trees over there,
Mhm.
right? So
yeah, yeah,
you have to get into this manner for the main thing before you get to the puzzle that filters everybody, right? And
yeah.
I looked at it, and the guards on both ends are like, "Yeah, you can't come in here. The fuck you think you are? You ain't dressed for this shit. Get out of here, rat." And I was
Yeah.
like, "Fuck you too. I'm going to get in here without your blessing then." And I sit there and I'm like, you know what, guys? I bet if I go out, I could probably find a shirt or something, change into it, and they'll let me in, right? Because got to dress for the occasion, kind of deal. But also, I don't want to do that, so I climbed the building instead, and I
Oh
cheese
my gosh.
climbing the building because you don't have enough stamina to get over those walls, but because they have the little divots out, you
Yeah.
can get to them, stand on it, wait for your stamina to come back, and then continue climbing.
But Zio, according to IGN, IGN would say that that's bad because that's not what you were supposed to do.
Well,
You
I
were
don't
supposed
care.
to go do a quest and clean a chimney, and they would give you fancy clothes. That's what was supposed
Oh,
to happen.
that's where I got the fancy clothes from.
Mhm.
Yes.
Shit. Okay, so I did do all that, and I didn't realize it was in my inventory. Listen, I found it today in my inventory. I looked at it and was like, "Oh,
Mhm.
where'd this come from?" And it says allows entrance into the castle. And I was like, "You son of a bitch! Have I had this?" Because I know I spent like 30 fucking minutes trying to get into that castle and died several times doing it.
But
So
you did it, and that's the important part of the
yeah,
story.
it is. The important part is I snuck in and then I jumped down and it progressed the quest forward to telling me to go through the door. But at this point,
Mhm.
I had like 15 guards on me and I was like, I'm going to die here, aren't I? Fuck. But at least I know I'm in the right spot now. And then it left it at that I needed to go through the door. And then I jumped down again. And my mission was to just run at every door.
Oh,
Okay. Until one opened.
Mhm.
that makes sense.
Because that makes sense. And it worked. It did work. And I busted into the alchemist lab. And then I was like, shit, they're gonna kill me, aren't they? But at least I know which door, so now it'd be quicker because I'll just then we did it again. And we popped down and got into the alchemist door before anyone noticed me.
Mhm.
And I was clear and I was in the clear and I got to go on and I went to the puzzle and I did the puzzle. And it's a sad that it didn't get to broadcast, damn it. I'm so pissed off at that. That was so much
Yeah.
fun. So much
I think we're
chaos.
all, pretty upset about it.